Parker, Elkhart County Surveyor. When I first started talking to Jim about this project, the thing that really appealed to me was the use of grass filter strips, not only as filter strips but also as access points to our regulated drains. The biggest advantages I can see to it, getting the access to the drain and then using the filtering property of the filter strips to keep the sediment from getting into our regulated drains. And all the other aspects of the swamp program, which really all tied together with what we want to do as far as limiting the amount of erosion and the sedimentation entering our ditches.
My name is John Heiliger, and I'm with the Elkhart County MS4. What my job entails is that I coordinate the MS4 program for the cities of Elkhart, Goshen, Town of Bristol, and the Elkhart County. I also do enforcement for the Elkhart County. Enforcement deals with the construction side of the house when they aren't doing their plans. They do not have them built to what the SWCD and I have approved from the beginning of the project to the end. The marriage between my job and SWCD for the county is we both get a set of plans, we both take a look at them, approve them, and then afterwards, if there's any enforcement, then SWCD and I work together. We also do the NOT, notice of termination, for the county. If the NOT is not in compliance for that, then I take appropriate action.
I guess the way we approached it was, like you said, we started out with SWCD board, which they were invested in it right off the bat with the cover crops and stuff like that. And then the drainage board, again, with the benefits of the reduced sedimentation entering our drains, that appealed to them, along with the use of the grass filter strips and grass waterways. From then, it was just a question of getting the stormwater board on board with it, which fortunately we had, one in particular, Mike Yoder, was, he was interested in it. And then just getting the funding, that was probably the trickiest part.
Hi, my name is Mike Yoder, Elkhart County Commissioner, and I serve as president on the Elkhart County Stormwater Board. So what first intrigued me about the swamp program when SWCD brought it to us, it was an opportunity for us to collaborate together to use MS4 stormwater dollars in a little different manner than what I think most people think about. So it was an opportunity to encourage our ag community to incorporate more use of cover crops, which would protect many of our drainage ditches and our streams that we have here in Elkhart County. I'm also a dairy farmer and at one time farmed 1,000 acres. We don't farm that many now, it's only about 200 acres. But we've utilized cover crops in our dairy operation for many, many years. And so we were early adopters of that kind of practice and understand how valuable that is in the community. So perhaps that was one reason as a county commissioner I saw the value of showing other farmers in the community that this really works. And farmers are the type that if they're willing to try something new, especially if there's a little bit of an incentive package there to do that. So.
The swamp program for the MS4 for Elkhart County directly helps impact keeping the sediment out of the waterways, which also helps with our permit that I'm also in charge of for Elkhart County. The IDEM is working on a new permit for the entities With that being said, is that the partnership is made up from the permit. And the permit is directed from the EPA down to the state. Then the state directs it down to the local entities. The permit is no more than the way of keeping the sediment out of the Great Lake region, which we contribute greatly to.
Well, the stormwater money, you talk to people, actually with some people, it's kind of a sore spot. Well, we got to pay $15 every year to support the stormwater thing. Well, $15 isn't that much when you think about the benefits that can be obtained by if it's used properly. There are, there's fees that are paid by people who develop property through the ERUs and so on, and all that is used for funding the best management practices that we put in place in the county. Part of that goes toward the swamp program. That's how it's financed. And it's really a good way to give it back. We're giving it back to the community by using it in that manner. It doesn't go back to everyone specifically, here's your $15 back, but the benefits that everyone obtains by reducing the erosion into our streams and rivers is worth a lot more than what they've paid into the stormwater fees.
The 6 MCMs are public education, public outreach, construction, illicit discharge, outfall, and enforcement. Public education is a way of getting the public to understand exactly what we do. Public outreach is the same, and that all falls under the SWCD. Construction is, for Elkhart County, is a partnership amongst the city of Elkhart, or town of Bristol, city of Goshen, and Elkhart County, where they are in charge of construction sites along with SWCD. SWCD does the inspection part of it. Then the other 3 entities, or 4 entities, take on the enforcement role, the illicit discharge role, and the outfall.
County. The program turned out to be really successful because if you incentivize farmers to just try a new practice, and if it's a worthwhile practice, they'll adopt that practice and it'll become part of their annual routine farming operations. And that was our goal. What I think we're going to see now is that our SWCD is going to be a little more creative. We're going to use that same collaborative approach using MS4 dollars to try to encourage some additional conservation practices in our community. Overall, I think this is a really great use of MS4 dollars, and I think even cities could maybe partner with their county and their county's SWCD to encourage this type of practices elsewhere in the state as well.
Thanks for watching.